So last year we had a prototype of the AR1. Here we have the finished model that we'll be releasing in the US later this month. And what we have with the AR1 is a liberated air rifle. So meaning it does not need any external power or external air source. Everything is self-contained in a pre-charged cylinder. It runs off of a 13 cubic inch, 3000 PSI tank. That is a 900 PSI input, so it can use any standard tank. It is controlled with a manifold system and a pre-charged tank in the lower receiver. Moving from the rifle forward, the AR grips are compatible with gas blowback real AR grips, so you have customization options. It also utilizes standard AEG magazines. It's compatible with 7 out of the 10 most common airsoft mags on the market. It is made out of a cast milled aluminum. It's a very sturdy, very rugged design. It comes standard with a free float polymer rail that's monolithic with dual profile flip up sights. The external barrel is a gas blowback design. The internal barrel is an AEG as well as an AEG bucking. The hop-up system is our proprietary CNC'd aluminum system that uses a small hex Allen to adjust the hop-up with a Delrin concave nub. This is not the final rail. The final rail will have a larger hole that has a two-phase hop-up system. Essentially what that does is it's a small screw inside of a larger screw, and it allows you to set the hop-up adjustment, and once you have it dialed in, you're able to use the outer screw to turn it off. So you can turn it off for chrono, and when you turn it back on, it's set to its original setting. So it makes it very unique. We will be releasing 3 different versions. We'll have a US version and 2 European versions, one with a select fire system and one with a semi-auto trigger group. The trigger group was one of the reasons for the delay. We had to develop a full auto trigger group that runs off of a micro dampener. This here is the semi-automatic only sear, but the full auto selector has the world's smallest, fastest resetting dampener that is independent of the air supply. You can adjust the rate of fire as low as 5 rounds a second all the way up to 30 rounds a second. All of the striker surfaces are made out of a D2 steel and are all renewable. There are only 8 O-rings in the entire system, and the bolt is a D2 steel Delrin bolt. It will have a price of $550 US with a map of $499.95. Includes the tank, 1 mag, and a soft carrying case. From last year, we quoted that we get 1,000 shots per tank. We improved the efficiency. Now we get 1,600 to 1,800 shots per tank. The velocity range, we can go as low as 285 all the way up to 550 with a .20. We're going to just kind of go over the V12. So this is our V12 HPA engine. It's electric pneumatic, so it needs an air source with a secondary regulator and a high pressure tank. We also provide accessories as well as tanks and regulators. You also need a small LiPo battery to power the fire control unit. Let's kind of show you the programming. This is your selector plate. As you can see, that is the semi position, and the full auto is disabled. But if you want to program it, you simply hold the trigger down while it's in safe, then move it into the semi position, and you'll see the FCU fire up. Then you can start cycling through your programming. And then once you find the program that you want to change the value or modify the programming, you will press and hold the trigger. And it will begin to count the value back to you. It tells you how many milliseconds the timing is set for. If you want to adjust it, you have to wait for it to, hold on. We're going to modify the pop it. So if you want to change it, press and hold. It'll count the value to you. You wait for it, and then you input the value that you want to change it to. goes to the solid, put it back in safe, and it's saved. And that is how easy it is to program the V12.
A lot of players love this kind of color scheme, so I think that in the future we're going to come out with something a little bit different in terms of different